Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to make this daffodil um, square into a purse. Just like we did last month, we made a um, Easter lily into a purse. So we're going to do the same thing with the daffodil today. And here are the colors we're going to be working with. So this is a yellow, a really dark yellow. And I'm pretty sure I got this off of Temu. This is good yarn, super soft yarn, and it's 100% acrylic, machine washable and dryable. Of course, it's made in China. Um, so it is a number 4 yarn, but I got this off of Temu, and that's a really, really dark yellow, I think. I really like it. So we're going to use that as our outline. And then we're going to use this buttercup from I Love This Yarn. And that's what color this is. Going to be the inside of our flower. And as last week, we used this exact same yarn in the purse. And I can't remember what it was called, but it was in the Easter Lily purse, and I really, really love this yarn. So we are going to be starting out with that. I'm also using a 7mm long hook, and we are going to need to chain 30. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Need to get some more yarn out of there. And we need 10 more. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you should have 30 chains. Okay, so the first chain we are going to skip, and we're using the back bump, so we're going to go to the second chain from the hook and pull up a loop in that back bump, and we're going to do that in every chain across. And you should have 30 loops on your hook by the end of this chain. We're almost there. Here's the last one. All right, let's count these. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, All right, so we have 30, and then we're going to take them off the hook now, and we're going to chain one. Just go through one loop, and now we're going to go through two loops every time until you get to the end of the getting to the end, I guess. You should have one loop on your hook once you are done. All right, and there you are down to one loop. All right, now we're going to do a row of pearls. And if you have not done a pearl stitch before, I have a washcloth, a Tunisian pearl stitch washcloth. All you got to do is go to my washcloths, my Tunisian washcloths actually, and you'll see the pearl stitch where we practice the pearl stitch by making that washcloth. So you're going to bring this yarn forward. So I always go around it and bring it forward, and then I go in to the first stitch right there, and then you're going to hold this down, and that is a pearl. All right, so every one is going to be a pearl all the way across, and then you will take your loops off the same way we did when we did the um, the first row. Okay, so we're just going to purl all. You should have 30 loops on your hook after you purl them all, and then we will be back for row 3 of this pattern. All right, so row 3, we are going to start out with 16 pearls, 15 pearls actually, because this first one counts. That's the one that's already on your hook, that counts. So that's just a side stitch, okay? So we need 15 pearls, but we will have a total of 16 loops on our hook. So there's 5 there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so now we have 16, and now we need a dark yellow. And we're going to pull that in. Just one dark yellow is next. All right, and then we're going to need another ball of this teal that we've been using. And now we're going to put in 13. So the last 13 is this variegated teal that we've been using here. So there is 2. Well, wait a minute. We're going to purl them. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't do that yellow right. Let's try that again. All right, so we're going to knit that pearl, or knit the yellow. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so we're going to knit that. So I went in and knitted that. And if you're not sure how to knit, um, I also have a knitting washcloth that we did a Tunisian knit on. And you can go find that and practice and then come back to this video. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now the 13th one is not purled, but it is your last stitch. So you go at the end, and you get those 2 strands at the end and go through both of those and pull a loop through. And that is your side stitch at the other end. All right, so now we're going to work these off, and I'm going to show you how to do that when we do coloring changes. So we're going to chain 1 as usual, which you just go through the 1 loop. Then we're going to go through 2 loops until we get to that yellow one. And then once we get to the yellow one now, we're going to put this one down and bring up the yellow, which is, don't get the tail. And we'll go through with the yellow now. Now we're going to go back to our other color and go through 2. Sometimes you just bring this yellow, don't bring it too tight, but just enough just to bring it together. All right, so row 4. We are back to the 1 loop on our hook again. So now row 4, we need 15 loops, so we're going to need 14 pearls. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now we need three yellows, the dark yellow. So we're going to go, we're going to knit this. So we're going to go straight through and bring that up. Okay. And then we're going to go straight through the one that we already did right here. And then the next one. And then we're going to bring this through, and we're going to continue purling, but we need 12 this time. The rest of these, we're going to purl the next 11, and then our end stitch, and we'll have a total of 12 loops on the other side of that yellow. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, and then this is what row 4 should look like, and all you have to do is work those off, and we'll be back for row 5 next. All right, so row 5, we are starting out with 14 of this teal variegated that we have. So we need 14, but we're going to purl the next 13. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then we need 2 dark yellow. So there's 1 and 2. And then we are going to put in our lighter yellow. And we just need 1 light yellow here in the middle of this dark yellow. These 3 dark yellows right there. All right. And then we're going to go back with our dark yellow and put 2 more on the other side of that light yellow. All right, then we're going to need 11 of, we're going to purl the next 10, and then we'll have the end stitch, which will give us 11 loops on the other side of those yellows of the this teal variegated yarn. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right, so that's what row, is it 5 we just did? Yeah, row 5 looks like. So we'll work those off, and we'll be back for row 6 next. All right, so row 6. Again, we are starting out with 14 loops, so we need to purl the next 13. So this is actually for 6 and 7. Because this row repeats the next row as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. All right, so then we need 1 dark yellow next, and 3 light yellow, So if I can get a hold of it. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 dark yellow. And then 11 of these. We're going to purl them of the variegated teals. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right, so this is what row 6 and 7 looks like. Work these off, do it again for row 7, and we'll be back for row 8 next. Okay, so row 8. We are going to start off with 4 of the background color, which is this variegated teal that we are working with, and that means you're purling the next 3. Then you have 4. All right, then we're going to bring in another dark yellow. I have made 4 balls of dark yellow and 4 balls of the light yellow. All right, and we need 7 of these. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which those all get knitted. Then I'm going to bring in another ball of the background color. And we need 3 of those. So I'm going to purl the next 2. All right. And then we need a dark yellow and 3 light yellow and a dark yellow next. So dark yellow, 3 light yellow, 1, 2, 3, and then the dark yellow, and we need 2 of the background color, so we're going to purl those. And then I'm going to bring in another dark yellow, and we need 6 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we should have 3 of the background color. So I'm going to bring in another background color here for the end. Since I've got these balls made up, we might as well. And we should have 3 loops on our hook for that. We've got our end stitch here. All right, so this is what row 8 looks like. So we'll work those off and we'll be back for row 9 next. Okay, so row 9, again we're starting out with the 4 stitches, so we're going to purl the next 3. And then you should have 4 loops on your hook. Then we need 1 yellow, dark yellow, and then we're going to bring in a light yellow. And we need 5 of those. So there is 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a dark yellow. And I'm just going to bring this over. Just don't, there we go. Let's do that. And actually we need 3 dark yellows. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we just have the 1 background color, and we'll purl that one. Alright, and then we need 1 dark yellow, 3 light yellow, and 1 dark yellow again here. If I can get it. There we go. So, dark yellow, 3 light, 1, 2, 3, and then a dark yellow. And then we need 1 background color, so we're going to purl that one. And then we need 2 dark yellows. There's 1, 2, and we're going to bring in another light yellow. And we need 4 light yellows next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 dark yellow. And then you have your 3 stitches here at the end. So we're going to purl the next 2. And then we've got the side stitch right here. Alright, so that is what row 9 looks like. So we'll work those off and we'll be back for row 10 next. Okay, so the teals that we started right in here, we're going to cut them off because we're done with them. And there's no use in having them in there. And then once we get done with this, what I usually do is I kind of tie them together. Like this in the back. Because it's a purse, nobody's going to see that. And that's why I am like carrying yarns and stuff across there too. Because nobody's going to see that on the other side, since it's going to be in the inside of the purse. Anyway, we'll cut those off. We don't need those. for a while, a long while. So we are going to do row 10, and we're still starting out with 4 of the background color. All right, and then we need 1 yellow, 1 dark yellow, 1 light yellow, and another dark yellow right here. All right, and then we need 5 light yellows. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and 3 dark yellows. So we're just going to bring this back across here. So there's 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then we need 3 light yellows. So I have the light yellow here. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then we need a dark yellow. We actually need 3 dark yellows. So there's 1, 2, 3. And we need 3 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then we need a dark yellow, which is here. And then a light yellow and a dark yellow. So light yellow and then the dark yellow. And then we're going to end up with the 3 stitches here at the end, as we've been doing here. So we're going to purl the next 2 of our background color. And then the last stitch here at the end, and you have 3. All right, so there we have it. That is row 10, and work those off, and we'll be back for row 11 next. All right, so row 11, we are starting out with 4, so we need to purl the next 3. All right, then we need 1 yellow, 1 dark yellow, and 2 light yellows. And then 1 dark yellow. And then we need 6 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need a dark yellow, so I'm going to bring in this dark yellow. Instead of bringing that yellow clear over there, I'm just going to put this one in here. So I actually have 4 dark yellows going right now. 4 balls of dark yellow going. Alright, then we need 2 light yellow. So there's 1, 2. And 1 dark yellow. And then we have 5 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need a dark yellow. And 2 light yellow. 1, 2, and a dark yellow. And then we should have 3 loops left for the background color. So let's purl the next 2. And then we have the end stitch at the end there, which will give you 3. So this is what row 11 looks like. So if you ever get confused and you put it down and you like to know, well, what row am I on? All you've got to do is count these side stitches right here. So you see this here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is 11. So work those off, and then we'll be back for row 12 next. Okay, so row 12, we are still doing our 4, starting out with our 4 background color. So let's purl the next 3, and that will give us 4 loops on our hook. Alright, then we need 1 light or dark purple or yellow, not purple, yellow. Alright, and then we need 3 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need 2 dark yellow. So there's 1, 2, and then 1 light yellow. And then we're going to bring this dark yellow over that we started in this last row. And we need 4 dark yellow next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 light yellow. And 1 dark yellow. Alright. And then we need 4 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 dark yellow. 1, 2, and 2 light yellow. 1, 2, and then 2 dark yellow. 1, 2, and then we have our 3. We're going to purl the next 3 background colors. So we're going to purl the next 2, and then we have the end stitch right there. Okay, so that is what row 12 looks like. So work those off, and we will be back for row 13 next. Okay, so row 13, we are still doing our 4 background colors to begin with. So we need to purl the next 3 to get our 4 loops on our hook. All right, then we need 2 dark yellows. So there's 1, 2, and 4 light yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need a dark yellow. And 3 light yellows. So we need 3. So there's 1, 1, 2, 3. And 4 dark yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. One light yellow. And 2 dark yellows. I'm just going to bring this dark yellow over and put those 2 in. So 2 dark yellows. And then we need 3 light yellow and 2 dark yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3. And 2 dark yellow. And then we're going to end up with 4 background colors. Now this first background color, we're going inside this dark yellow here, so we're just going to knit it, because when you purl that, it won't look right. Going to purl the next 2, and then you have your end stitch, and you should have 4 background colors at the end. Okay, so 4 at the beginning and 4 at the end. All right, and that's what it looks like, row 13, and we will be back, work those off, and we'll be back for row 14 next. Okay, so row 14, we are going to start out with 5. So we're going to purl the next 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, which makes 4 loops on our hook. We're going to knit inside that yellow to make the 5th one, inside that dark yellow. All right, and then we need 2 dark yellow next. So there's 1, 2. And then we need 2 light yellow. 1, 2. All right. 1 dark yellow. And 1 light yellow. All right, so now we need 2 dark yellow and 2 light yellow. And then we need 4 dark yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 light, no, then 4 dark light yellows. Now we need 4 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 dark yellows. 1, 2, and then we should have 5. So we are going to 5 background colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to knit the first one because we're going into that yellow again, and then we're going to purl the next 3. So there's 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is the end stitch right here. All right, so we should have 5 on each end again. Okay, so we'll work those off, and then we'll be back for row 15 next. Okay, so row 15, we are starting out with 6. So we're going to purl the next 4, and that will give us 5 loops on our hook. So there's 3, 4, 5, and in this yellow one we're going to knit it. That'll give us the 6th one. All right, so we got 6 background colors, and we are needing 2 dark yellow. Next. Hang on a minute. I think I grabbed the wrong one. This one is the one I want. All right. And then we need 1 light yellow, 1 dark yellow, 1 light yellow. And then we need 3, wait a minute, 2 dark yellow, 1 light yellow, 1 dark yellow, 1 light yellow, and another dark yellow. All right, now we need 3 light yellows. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then 4 dark yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 2 light yellow and 3 dark yellow. So there's 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. And then we are needing 6 of the background color. So the first one we're going to knit it because we're going into that dark yellow right there. All right, and then we're going to purl the next 4. That'll give us 5. So there's 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one is the end stitch right here. All right, so that is what row 15 looks like. We'll work those off and we'll be back for row 16 next. Okay, so row 16, we are going to start out with 7. So we're going to purl the next 5 here. So there's 4, 5, 6, which gives us 6. And then the 7th one, we're going to knit inside that yellow one, that dark yellow again. All right. Then we just need 1 dark yellow. And 1 light yellow. One dark yellow. And 1 light yellow again. Then we need 2 dark yellow. All right, and then 2 light yellow and 6 dark yellow. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we need 1 light yellow and 1 dark yellow. And then 7 background color. And the very first one gets knitted into that dark yellow there. And then we're going to purl the next ones, the next 5, which will give us 6. So there's 4, 5, 6, and the 7th one is the end stitch. So there we go. That is what row 16 looks like, and we'll work those off, and then we'll be back for row 17 next. So row 17, again, we're working with 7 background color. So we need to purl the next 6 to make our 7. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and then we need 1 dark yellow and 1 light yellow, 2 light yellow actually. There's 1, 2, and then we need a dark yellow and 3 light yellows. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we need 5 dark yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 light yellow, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 dark yellow, and then we should have 7 of our background color. So we're going to purl the next 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 1 at the end is 7. All right, so this is what row 17 looks like. So we'll work those off and we'll be back for row 18 next. Okay, so row 18. We are starting out with 5, so we need to purl the next 4. So there's 1, there's 2 actually, 3, 4, 5. All right, now we need 3 dark yellow. This is 1, 2, 3, and 1 light yellow. And then we need 6 dark yellow. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 light yellow, 1 dark yellow, 2 light yellow, so 1, 2, 1 dark yellow, and 2 light yellow, and 2 dark yellow. So there's 1, 2, And then we should have 6 background colors. So we're going to purl the next 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the one at the end is 6. All right. That is row 18. That's what it should look like on the hook. I'll work those off and we'll be back for row 19 next. Okay, so row 19, we need to start out with 4 of the background colors. So we're going to purl the next 3. So there's 2 altogether. 3 and 4. All right, and then we need 2 of the dark yellow. So there's 1 and 2. 2 light yellow. 1, 2. 1 dark yellow. And 3 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, a dark yellow, 3 light yellow, 1, 2, 3, and then a dark yellow, and 3 light yellow again. So 1, 2, 3. A dark yellow, 2 light yellow, and 2 dark yellow. So there's a dark, 2 light, and then 2 dark. Then that we end up with 5 background colors, so we're going to purl the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is the end stitch right there. All right. So that's what this row looks like, which is row 19. We'll work those off and be back for row 20. Okay, so row 20, we are starting out with 4 again. So we need to purl the next 3 to have our 4 loops on our hook for our background color. Then we need 1 dark yellow and 2 light yellow. All right, and a dark yellow. And then we need 3 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then a dark yellow. It's supposed to be 4. Wait a minute. I missed a stitch. It's supposed to be 4 in light yellow. So there's, I missed a stitch. So there's 1. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a dark yellow. And then 3 light yellow. So 1, 2, 3, and then a dark yellow. Then we got 3 light yellow, 1 dark yellow, and 3. So 3 light, then 1 dark, and 3 light. Okay, 3 light and then 1 dark. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then the dark. And then we should have 5 background colors. So we're going to purl the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The 5th one is the end stitch, and that is what row 20 looks like. We'll work those off and we'll be back for row 21 next. Okay, so row 21, we are starting out with the 4, so we need to purl the next 3 background colors. All right, and we are going to start out with 1 dark yellow, and 2 light yellow, and then a dark yellow again. All right, so now we need 4 light yellow, yeah, 4 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then a dark yellow, and 3 light yellow. So 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 dark yellow, and 4 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 dark yellow, and 2 light yellow, there's 1 and 2, and then 1 dark yellow, and then we should have 5 background colors left. So we're going to purl the next 4. There's 2, 3, 4, and then the end stitch is 5. All right, so that's what row 21 looks like. So we'll work those off, and then we'll be back for row 22 next. Okay, so row 22, we're going to start out with the 4 dark background colors, so we need to purl the next 3 so we can have our 4 loops on our hook for the background color. And then we need 1 dark yellow and 1 yellow, light yellow, and then 1 dark yellow again. And then we need 2 light yellow. So there's 1 and 2. All right, so 4 dark yellow. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 light yellow. 1, 2, 3. 1 dark yellow. No, not 1, 4. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 light yellow. 1, 2. 1 dark yellow. And 1 light yellow. And then the 1 dark yellow. And then we should have 5 background colors. So we're going to purl the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is the end stitch here. All right, so this is what row 22 looks like, and we'll work those off, and we'll be back for row 23 next. Okay, so row 23. We are starting out with the 4 background color, so we need to purl the next 3 so we can have our 4 loops on our hook for the background color. Alright, and then we need 1 dark yellow and 3 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3. Now we need 2 dark yellow. 1, 2. And we need 2 background colors. So I cut a couple off down below. There's 1. So we're going to knit those in. 1, 2. And then we need 1 dark yellow and 3 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3. 1 dark yellow. Hang on a minute. Did I grab that? I messed up. And then 2 background colors again. There it is. So we'll bring that in. And knit those in. And then we need 2 dark yellow. And 3 light yellow. So 1, 2, 3, and then a dark yellow at the end. And then we should have 5 background colors. So we're going to purl the next 4. So there's 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is at the end stitch. Alright, so this is what row 23 looks like. So work those off and we'll be back for row 24 next. Okay, so we have a yellow, 1 on this end and 1 in the middle and 1 on the other end. The 2 on the end we're done with. So we're going to cut those off. Those light yellows. Okay? Not the dark yellows, just the light yellows. So we're going to cut those off. We're getting toward the end of this where we start cutting off things, and I love doing that. Anyway, so we are going to do row 24, and we're starting off with the 4 background color. So I am purling the next 3 here to get my 4. And then we need the dark yellow. Alright, and we need to put 5 in. So there are 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, and then we need 3 background color. So we're going to knit the first one and purl the other 2. Alright, and then we need 1 dark yellow. And 3 light yellows. That's the middle. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 dark yellow. And then we need 3 background colors. So we're going to purl the next 2 and knit that last one because it's in that dark yellow right there. And then we need 5 dark yellows. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like that. And then we have 5 background colors left. We're going to purl the next 4, and the 5th one should be the end stitch. So there's 2, 3, 4, and then our end stitch. Alright, so there is row 24 and what it looks like. So we'll work those off and we'll be back for row 25 next. Okay, so we're cutting off some more colors. We are done with the 2 end dark yellows. So this one and this one, the 2 in the middle, we still are using. So you need those. Alright, then the 2 middle background colors are going to get cut off as well. So we've just cut off 4 more colors, yay. Alright. So, row 25, we are going to be doing, starting out with 12 background colors. So we need to purl the next 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3, which makes 4. Okay. And then we need to knit, because we're putting this background color into the flower, the next 5. So there's 3, 4, 5, which makes 9. Alright, and then the next 3 we're going to purl, and that will be 10, 11, and 12. And there's our 12 background color. Now we need a dark yellow and 3 light yellow and a dark yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then the dark yellow here. Alright, we're gonna purl. We need is it 13 background color. to bring this over, so I'm just going to pull this inside right there like this. And we probably should have cut off the end one and not the middle one. But anyway, it's fine. We are going to purl these two and then knit 5 for the background color. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to purl the rest. There's 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13 is that end stitch. So you should have 13 after the yellow and 12 before it. Okay, and then we've got that. This is what it looks like. All you gotta do is work those off, and we will be back for row 26 next. Okay, so row 26, we are purling the next 11, because we need 12. So there is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, and then we need 2 dark yellow. One light yellow, which this is the last time we're using this light yellow, and 2 dark yellow. Alright, and then 13 background color. So we're going to purl the next 12. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the 13th one is the end stitch. And there is what row 20, actually 27 looks like. No, 26. We're on 26. All right, so work those off and we'll be back for row 27. All right, and before we get started with row 27, we are going to cut off this light yellow in the middle. Pull that out of there. I'm not going to need that. All right. So row 27, we need 13. So we're going to purl the next 11. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then our 13th one is going to be knitted right into that yellow one. And then we need 3 dark yellow. And I guess this other one, this other dark yellow also gets cut off. We don't need that. So 3 dark yellow, and then we're going to, we need 14 of the background color next. We're going to knit the first one into that dark yellow, and we're going to purl all the rest, and you should have 14 on this side of the yellow. So there is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the 14th one is the end stitch. And that is what row 27 looks like. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 28 next. Alright, so at this point we've only got 3 colors connected to this. So we got background color, a dark yellow, and a background color on this side. So we need 14 background color. So we are, I'm going to purl the next 12. So there is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we're going to knit the 14th one right there. And then we just need one dark yellow, and then on the other side we are needing 15. So we're going to knit the first one and purl all the rest, and you should have 15 stitches on this side of the yellow. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15th is the last one. So what you'll do is you'll work those off, and once you do that, you cut off this yellow and this other background color, because you only need one background color. And you need 2 rows of pearls of just this plain background color. Okay. Then um, then you'll do the border, and the border is exactly the same as the purse that I did last month. It's exactly the same. I did that Easter lily purse last month. Do the border exactly the same. Just go to that and do it the way I did it on that border. And then the rest of the purse is also the same. So go to the rest of the purse and do exactly the instructions that I do, and then, put everything together. So that will end this video then. So anyway, but I think that when I'm going to redo this again, and I think that I'm going to do this dark yellow and gold as an outline and see what that looks like. Um, I mean, you can see it, but I don't know. I think it looks fine, but I think it looked better the other way. And I think that I'm going to try a black background with that and see what that looks like. I bet that'll be really pretty. And so if I do that, I'll make sure I show you guys at the next Whip Wednesday, um, if I do that. So anyway, I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this daffodil with me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.